artist, but you're also a writer. So we've got a dual wielder over here. How about you?
I like books that are
Okay, yeah. So like paranormal or supernatural kind of stuff. That's cool. What about you? Oh, okay, so like fantasy.
yeah.
Okay, right on. Well, so I thought we were going to do a theme comic today. We're going to do a one-page comic to kind of keep it simple. And the theme is How to Meet a Martian. So that kind of works a little bit for y'all. I already went and did a demo last night to make sure that it can be done within the time that I had to work with you guys, because I don't like being set up for failure, so I don't want to do that to you guys. One of my worst nightmares is like when I had school drawing assignments, because they were always timed, and I'm kind of a slower drawer, so it was like, So you totally do not have to finish this here today. I'll hang out a little while afterwards if you guys need any help or want to hang out and draw. Hopefully, if this goes well, we can finish our comic pages on another day. So I brought some of my own stuff to show you. This is the comic I did, and there's copies. You guys can check them out in the kids section. And this is like a collection of my sketches, just to sort of give you guys an idea of like the sort of stuff I normally do. I have a really manga-influenced style because that's what brought me into comics. That's what I enjoy. Like I like Disney stuff and I like black and white. Yeah, I saw that. So like I'm gonna strongly encourage those kind of comics.
If I keep this?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm also very distractible, so if I get off topic on something, just please rein me back in. I also brought my normal in-progress sketchbook. I recommend you guys do some drawing every day if you can. Try to make time for it. It'll end up becoming this really rewarding process. Did any of you guys, you did the figure drawing, you did a figure drawing workshop, right? Were any of you guys
I think both of these guys.
Oh, fantastic. All right. If there's something, because we're not going to be able to cover anything about drawing in too much detail today, I run a drawing tutorial blog and YouTube where I go over stuff. And you guys are always welcome to like shoot me questions or ask me stuff on Twitter.
Hey, how long did it take to draw these drawings?
That was about a year worth of, and that's not everything, but that was about a year. So when I say draw every day, I draw every day. Like you gotta try to make it a priority. And you're going to improve a lot if you draw every day, especially if you draw from reference. Thanks.
Look at what am I doing?
A lot of
Please.
I used to do all this stuff.
You practice every day.
Yeah, that was one of the things we had talked about doing with you guys. I would still really like to do it. Is after a few months, if you guys drawing every day, bring in your sketchbooks. We'll scan them, and we'll make mini books like this, and you can exchange them with your friends. It's also just really nice to like be able to look at everything you did over the year and see how much you grew, because sometimes you forget that.
Where did you get that sketchbook?
This one, it's just a top spiral bound
Yeah,
sketchbook.
because I don't like the other one. That one doesn't get really
Yeah, when
like, flip too fast, they just rip out.
Yeah. I get these from Dick Blick, which means I gotta order them from online, but Strathmore makes some top spiral bound ones too, and you can get those at like, some of them you can get at Walmart, some of them you can get at Michael's. And you can just,
Isn't it like a art store?
yeah, there's Plaza, but they're kind of expensive.
That's what someone told me.
It is because I would never.
Yeah, online.
We got like a whole set.
Yeah, oh.
I don't know how to color skin tone. I don't know how to color skin tone.
Wait, you don't know what? Oh, how to color skin tones? Well, we're doing black and white stuff today, but I definitely have tutorials about that, and I'm working on doing more and trying to do a better variety of skin tones. Because like, so, well, Okay, so I know you guys like fantasy. What kind of comics do you read? Are you not yet super into comics? Gotta do it again. Come back up. Oh yeah. Okay, so you like American kind of stuff.
I'm sort of into fantasy too. I like drawing.
Yeah, I used to be dog too.
It was a long time ago when I was in second grade. Our teacher, she like us in grade two. We have these books, and I was always choose the one that had like the castles and stuff.
Yeah. Are those the kind of stories you want to tell?
Sort of, but more modern, I guess.
Yeah, I got you, like modern fantasy. Well, then you just have to pick the right setting for it.
I mean, because I've always wanted to read. I'm just thinking about ideas. Like, I don't want to go seeing like too much of this one, because it seems like maybe.
Well, what you can do is you can do, so the one-page story for me, that's really difficult for me to do, honestly. I only picked one page because it's something we can do kind of quickly. But like, I find like 8-page stories are a really good way to like play around in the world and decide if I like it and decide if I like the characters without getting super invested. Because it would be awful if you spent like 2 weeks, right, and then you go and you make a comic and it's super long. And it's exactly like that. Because that's what happens to me is I'll get like really inspired and I'll be like, oh, I really want to do it just like this. So I have to pull myself away from that. Yeah, grab a graphite pencil and
The ones without the erasers, I had mine.
Yeah.
I brought erasers.
They sell these in tubes for like.
No, I left mine at home. Like I had the shape thing, but I didn't know the shape. I just took the pencils like
Oh, that one got broken. It used to be connected together. It has a color pencil side and like normal pencil side.
I think I might have a friend come.
Well, hopefully I'll get them caught up. What's up?
Like, I saw some like, people out there, they would transition to
Yeah. Like 2 pages together, facing each other, like a double page spread kind of thing. But diagonally? Yeah, you have to be careful with that though because it can affect your reader, the flow of the page. Wait, actually, I forgot I had this. So you mean like, okay. So like, this is page 1, that's page 2, and the panels would run across like that.
Oh yeah.
And you gotta read it again. Yeah, that's one of the problems with manga is that their production schedule, so it's like 22 pages for some of them a week, especially for like the shonen, so that's boys comics, like shonen jump stuff like Naruto, Bleach, those Hunter x Hunter, those have to be done super duper quick. Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Wednesday.
So it can be really easy to like, because you're working so quick, you sometimes make decisions that aren't really the best for the story. So when they combine them into like the volumes, they'll redo pages, which is, I mean, it is what it is. So our theme is going to be how to meet a Martian, and you guys can take it any way you guys want to go. I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. So the first thing I recommend you do, everybody's got a different process when it comes to comics. So what I did last night when I was planning for this is I started brainstorming, which is why I passed you guys some sketchbook paper just to start writing some ideas down. But if you're more comfortable typing them on your phone, that works too. I know some people work better that way. So I want you guys to take like 10 minutes and think about how you would meet a Martian. Like, would you track the Martian to Earth, or would you go to Mars, or would you like send signals up into the sky? Like, how would you guys meet a Martian? Yeah. So right now we're just sort of thinking about ideas on how we would meet a Martian. And when we finish our comics, I want to put them all together in one of these little books like this so that everybody can get a copy.
So we're just like drawing what we think.
What I want you guys to start out with is just like writing down ideas, because what can happen when you're doing a comic is you might feel like you've got a good idea about where it's going, but you end up drawing yourself into kind of a box corner, or you run out of room. So the goal is to try to get the whole story to fit on one page, one comic page. And you guys don't have to dedicate space to the title. That was just something that I wanted to do. But I mean, I can go through mine, and maybe that'll help you guys. So I started off with just like the concept of like, how would I meet a Martian? And I kind of thought about it for a while, and I decided that if I was going to meet a Martian, I would want to lure them here. I don't want to go in space, because I don't like flying. So I went from there to, okay, how would I lure a Martian over here? And I wanted to do something that was kind of humorous. So I was like, okay, what if the person is baking cookies and they're the best cookies in the world, and it's sort of like the smell brings the Martian all the way to Earth, which is kind of a goofy concept, but it's kind of hard to tell a story like that in one page. Okay, so we've got the world's tastiest cookies. That means I need to show certain things. I need to show the character baking the cookies. I need to show the I need to figure out a way to show the super tasty smell going into outer space. I need to show the Martian like sensing how good this smells and heading over to Earth. So instead of having the craft land, I thought it would be funnier to have just like Crash land in her backyard. Shoot, I'm sorry. I'm super easily distracted. So after the landing, well then what would happen? Okay, well he tries to explain to her, you know, what's going on, and I mean she doesn't really understand, so she decides just to offer him a cookie, which is what he wanted in the end. So once I had like, so this is doing it like that, that's called beats. Right? So because my script, we have a really short amount of time to get this done in, and we have a lot to cover, instead of like writing it all out, I just wrote like the main points I wanted to hit, and then I thought about how I would handle them as panels. And what I do, and I brought some sketchbook paper for you guys, is what I do after I've like decided on the beats. So step 1 is script. Broken down into beats. And the way you want to think about beats is you've got a problem and you need a solution. So you can then turn these beats that you've written down into panels. So, and sometimes it's not always like one beat equals one panel. What you're usually going to have is your problems are going to have a panel and your solutions are going to have a panel. And sometimes you need to show the character thinking about it or researching it or solving it. But that's going to depend on your stories, and I'll help you guys with that once we get some ideas going. So our big problem is, how do we bring a Martian to Earth? Or how do we meet? So our big problem is, how do we meet a Martian? Because that's this theme. So what are some ideas you guys have? How would you guys like to meet a Martian?
Plot twist is Martian.
Plot twist. Okay, so the plot twist is the main characters. So the way you would handle that, right? There's a few ways. The main character could be wearing a disguise the whole time, or you never show the main character's face. You only show a silhouette. That's it. I like that. So
I thought parents would like, parents would tell him or something. Like he wouldn't know himself.
Yeah.
Or they just
Do they look different than you?
they have parents.
Are they ever good at
And they got to an argument and someone got pushed, cracking eyes.
I really like that idea. I hope you should write that down and start exploring it. So your problem is how to be a Martian. Your solution is surprise. The family are Martians. So that presents another problem. Are they living on Earth? How long have they been living on Earth? How do they trick the humans into thinking they're humans too? And you don't have to solve all those problems. You can pick one of those problems and just solve it in detail. So you could have, theoretically, this young dude is writing like a journal, right, of how this happened, how he figured out that he's not really human. So then you need to decide on, did his parents tell him? Did he figure it out for himself? Did his friends maybe point out something like weird, like, oh man, hey dude, you got a tail. Anybody else?
Yeah, I was gonna try to get Martians to come here by like praying to gods, cutting fingers and burying them.
Oh, you gotta offer a
As it
sacrifice.
says in the Martian Bible.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and some other rituals.
So your one-page comic would be a lot about the rituals that you would do
Yeah,
to
it'd be
lure them.
like a house.
Ah, yeah, I like that. The Human's Guide to Luring in Martians.
Yeah, a lot of them say,
Yeah, that would make it a really funny read. What about you?
When you first said like how would you be a Martian, I just imagine like like a little alien falling out of the sky out of nowhere.
You should go with that. He just like lands in your yard one day. But what kind of Martian is he? Like a really cute little dude and you just want to like scoop him up and like take care of him, or is he like a big hulking dude and it takes you a while to be friends? So you should you should go with that. Are you gonna dress him up in human clothes?
I don't know.
Think about that. Like how so my shtick, my thing is cute comics, right? So like I'm always thinking about how can I take my concept to like the next level of like, oh, that's so cute. So like we're on the same sort of page here. Are you gonna like push him around in a baby stroller? Like how ridiculous are you gonna get?
I don't know. I gotta think about that.
That's right. Start writing that stuff down. You guys don't have to use every idea you write down either. It's just to help you keep track, because once your ideas start going, it can become really confusing and you can start to lose really good ideas. And it also really helps if you guys have friends who are into this sort of stuff too, to talk to them about your ideas, because sometimes they can help you come up with stuff you never would have thought of. What about you? How are you going to meet a Martian?
I guess try to find resources to guys.
Okay, so you're heading out. All right, so you're our intrepid planetary explorer. Are you mining for like Martian gold, and that's how it happens? He's like, hey man, have some lemonade. You look thirsty.
Oh, you got a thick plot already. Wow.
Oh, you got it. You got it going. Get to it. Start writing it down. I don't want to derail you. And you, ma'am, you're the last one. How are you gonna meet a Martian?
It was kind of similar to hers, but it was an orphan passion that was thrown off in Mars by his parents.
Oh
And
no!
then you find him, and he's just sitting there, and he's just like, hey, it's this place.
Oh.
And then you
So it's like Martian got like a Tamagotchi. Where's your baby Martian? I like all of y'all's ideas. They seem to be going in different directions. Even the ones that are similar are different, you know? Is your Martian more of a humanoid or more like some weird little animal?
Yeah, animalistic. Right?
See, that's perfect. So we've got two different takes. I love that kind of stuff because I love how people's brains work differently and can play with ideas. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to quietly set a timer. I don't want to like take you out of the zone. I'm going to set a timer for myself and for like 10, does 10 minutes seem okay for you guys? To like write everything down and figure out what you want to do? 15? Okay. And as long as Frank here is fine with the time, I'm fine with the time. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys 15 minutes. If you guys need to bounce ideas off of me or off of each other, just do it, you know? I know this is a library, but comics is kind of like a collaborative sport. In yours, the Martian falls to Earth. Think about how he's going to fall, how the creature lands on Earth. Is it like an asteroid? Is he so annoying that they're just like, no, get out of here? It can be silly, it can be ridiculous. This is a comic, it doesn't matter. However you want to do it, but think about how that Martian's getting to Earth. And the same goes for you. I mean, you said their family sends them away, like, get. So think about how, do they tie him to like a space rock and just hurl him out there? Do they strap him outside of a rocket? Like, you don't even deserve to be in a rocket. You're grounded. Think about, or do they like freeze him so he can get to Earth? Think he or she, think about how your Martian is going to get to Earth as well.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, like, basically they have a kind of spring, and the spring gets you on the base of time, and you put on the like, you put on the base of and you watch the game. My dad said, but my dad has to listen, that's why he should do it. My dad delivers every morning, so he works at TV. So one day, he was like, well, you can operate
Oh, that's really cute. I like that. And I think you'll be able to break this down into one page. If you want to take it to two, that's fine. Like, I'm not like, you're like, no, you have to do it in only one, because that can be really hard. But it seems like this is going to work well. One of the things we can think about is, you said the main character, and how are you going to do, how are you going to show that this is Japan? Yeah. So you're gonna, do you have your phone with you? Well, you can grab it and look up reference. That's one of like, when you're telling a short comic like this, you want to use imagery that immediately, like that's why I did like the stereotypical Martian design or stereotypical alien, because like I wanted it to immediately be apparent to the viewer that this is an alien. So when you're doing Tokyo, you're gonna want to like find or think about the things that most say Tokyo to you. That way, in a one-page comic, it will be like, oh, this is Tokyo, you know? So another thing you can think about is having the main character wear, you said a little girl, right? So like if she's in kindergarten, they have like, at least in manga and anime, and the way they used to dress, I don't know if they still dress this way, they would wear like those little smocks and have like the little hats when they were going to school. So like you might want to draw the little girl dressed like that. with like maybe the name tag on. And since the Martian is fighting with both cars, and they said they're gonna land in like the middle of the Tokyo equivalent of Times Square. So there's gonna be like a lot of people, which you can draw really simply, just as like silhouettes. So like. Especially at this stage, because we're not yet doing like a full comic, these are just like the roughs. So you can draw them just as like rough silhouettes. So when it comes to like comics, just in general, the way I like to work and the way I was taught to work, not everybody works like this stuff, is once you guys have like your concept, I'm going to pass out these templates, and these are called thumbnails. And the point of thumbnails is to just get as many copies out as quickly as possible, just to get your ideas down on a piece of paper and get things figured out. And usually what I'll do is on my script, I'll like sketch out thumbnails and do various different, like trying to figure out different types of panels and stuff before I commit to like the sheet of paper, because for some reason for me, I don't think about these, because like I do long comics too, that's what these are. So usually when I'm doing one here, it's like 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page. So if I'm gonna do different like try out different things, I'm gonna do them on a scrap piece of paper first, because like for me, this is like the commitment. But for you guys, it's all about what works for you and what makes you guys comfortable, because like the worst thing about drawing is people insisting that their way is like the only way to do it, because that means anybody who doesn't work for, they're kind of out, and I don't want to do that to you guys. I just want you guys to be excited about doing this kind of stuff too. But I like this. So what I recommend is use one of the blue pencils over there and just like kind of sketch out some basic comic pages, some ways to like lay out the page. And if you want me to help you, I can. I don't want to take over your comic, I'm sorry. It looks like all you guys though, are y'all all ready, or is anybody still? Dude, it's okay if you're still thinking. It takes me like, I take forever to do this kind of stuff, so I'm not gonna rush you. Take the time you need. Hey, if you don't like using the blue pencil, you don't have to. Like if it's like messing you up, or you're just not used to it. sort of some like loose pages with different panel layouts, or you can also start designing your characters. And it doesn't have to be, like super fleshed out. It's just like a blueprint to help you decide how you're gonna like consistently sketch out the characters. In fact, what I ended up doing is I did my thumbnails before I did my character designs, because it helped me get to know who my people were. But if you feel like you know what your characters look like, you can start sketching them out. Oh yeah, that's why I brought like a bunch of it. Take whatever you need. Which one? Oh, so what I do is I just bring up like, it's like these are just yoga poses, right? So I like Googled yoga poses and I just started blocking in the shapes. And if you guys want a tutorial on that sometime, I can come in and show you guys. Yeah, because like the sort of way I break down anatomy, it's like I think about it in like boxes and cylinders first, and that helps me sort of get the proportions right. Yeah, so like,
a few weeks.
you know, what I do is when there's an artist who has art I enjoy, I'll like copy a lot of their drawings in my sketchbook to sort of figure out how they do it. Yeah, but you're taking that home, so you can do it at home.
You can copy your stuff in
Yeah.
there. Or you can grab your
Oh yeah.
whatever you like. That's gonna ensure that you draw as if you're enjoying the subject matter.
The thing to keep in mind is you don't want to trace it, because by copying, by looking at it and copying it, you're learning how it's written. You don't learn anything. No, I don't think you would. But like some people call when you like draw someone else's drawing, they're like, oh, that's tracing, and no, that's not tracing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're learning. In fact, like, you know, like the Renaissance painters, like the ones that all the Ninja Turtles are named after, they pretty much would do something called master studies, where they find another artist they like and they try to recreate that painting so they could learn how that person did it. So that's like totally legit and has been around for, yeah, that's right. In fact, I wish I'd had my last year's book like that, because I drew my character in like 30 different people's styles to like figure out how they do stuff. Oh, also, when you're doing those kind of studies, if you mess up, don't erase, just start over again, because what you're doing is you're basically putting on you're training your hand. You're training the muscles in your hand how to draw. So I could be like sick as a dog and still be able to draw, because I'm not drawing from my brain anymore, I'm drawing from my hand. So like, if you mess up, just start all over again, because that way you're really training your hand. Are you ready, or are you still working on it? That's okay. Is there anything I can do to help you? Yeah, sure. Awesome, all right. Yeah, but the thing is, we've got one page. So you don't want too much, because it's going to be really hard to do that in a page.
But the more you tap, the more it will be.
It's true. It's true. You can always cut. Oh, marshmallows. I like that. Okay, so he's trying to cure his bouncy. Does eating marshmallows make him more bouncy? Something to think about. Because maybe he could maybe you try eating something else, and that would affect, like he could try eating other things, and it affects his bounciness to like different levels. So like gummy bears or gummy worms will make him even more bouncy. The problem with those suggestions though is that might just be like a whole different comic, you know? So let me see if I understand. So on your page, he's going to eat, let's say he's eating marshmallows to begin with, because you do need to show that the marshmallows are, in fact, you could even show him holding a bag or like next to a bag with marshmallows written on it, and that'll help push the pun that's going on, and like maybe him eating them. And the next panel, he's playing with his friends, and he's probably like bouncing a little bit and then bouncing a lot of it. And you could even do that in one panel, like one long panel, and show like. I mean, you could use arrows to push it, but I don't necessarily think you need to, because if the short hops are in the front of the picture, closest to the viewer, and then the other hops are in the background, the reader is going to assume, because you read from like left to right. The reader is going to assume that the action goes like small bounces and then big uncontrollable bounces. So you could accomplish the super bounciness in just one panel with like maybe his friends standing in the middle, just kind of like looking around. And then in the next, you could even like show Mars and show him like hopping like that. And then maybe like, okay, so in American comics, we read left to right, which is something that's like tripped me up forever because I read a lot of manga. So it's something called staging, how you place the characters and the items in the panel. And because I read so much manga, I would stage everything the opposite way, which actually affects how your readers read the comic. It basically blocks them from moving forward. So we always want to have the action, if possible, coming from the left to the right. And then when we hit the end of the line, you want to try and have the staging push them down or across to the next panel, if you can. Sometimes it's just so forced that it doesn't make any sense to the reader, so don't worry about having to do it every time, but if you can use it to your advantage, you want to. So you want to put like Mars over here, or no, actually you might want to put Mars up here, and then the Earth here, and show them like bouncing back and forth between the two. Like ricocheting. So when he gets to Earth, he's still bouncing everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So right now, the pages, Martian dude eating marshmallows. Then we get a panel where he's playing with his friends, and then the panel where he's bouncing around a lot. And then you can have the panel where he's bouncing all over Mars. And then where he's bouncing between Mars and Earth. And then off this next panel. So we need to show him actually on Earth. Maybe, so like one of the ways you can show that he's like landed on Earth is like determine your Mars landscape and make it as different from where he lands on Earth as possible. So like Earth could be like trees and animals. He could like land in a pond and have a splash everywhere.
Yeah, well, you can already know better. Come on, Bryce.
How do you want to end the comic?
You already has.
He stops bouncing.
He stops. So like, what if he lands in like a grave and he pops up and there's like a frog on his head? So before that.
That looks like a face.
The splash.
Maybe it's.
and maybe the panel will go that, and maybe like in the background on showing him however he lands. Like, great. Yeah. I mean, those are just suggestions. I'm happy to do it like that. Something that I really like about telling stories, comics in particular, is it's all about solving problems. And they're problems that I've made for myself, so it's like a puzzle sort of thing. But I also like communicating with people. And writing stories and drawing comics is a really good way to communicate and make other people happy. And like this is good at making people happy because it's very lighthearted and cute. And that's the sort of stuff people like to read. Are you good? Okay, good. All right, I didn't want to like push too much on you. Yeah, please do.
That's kind of tiny.
No, man, I showed you mine. They were itty bitty too. Yeah, I think that works. I think if you can, in the last panel, if you can do like a close-up of her hugging him really tight and maybe like his eyes bugging out or something. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. Like, you know, the typical little girl holding the puppy like, he's so cute! That would push the, like, because I feel like you're kind of riffing on the old kid finds like a scraggly dog and decides to keep him sort of thing. And that would kind of push that, if that's what you're going for. But I think that'll work.
Does this make sense?
That's what I'm looking at, because what I did is I read so I went straight from Dad to Meanwhile in Tokyo. What you could do.
Flip it back. Yeah, look.
Hang on. I'll try that in a second. Okay, so you've got your top panel here, and you could like push your little dude closer up here. Although you're gonna want to see his face. And then push the falling to earth panel, like just push these two panels over some. So this panel comes down lower. So you've got your Mars to earth thing. Or you could also draw a panel of them like putting him into however they're sending him to earth. Okay, so you said your suggestion was to flip it. Okay, you gotta show me, I'm a visual person. How do you
Visual person.
Yeah.
Which one comes first? Oh, this one.
No, I'd actually prefer it. Call me Becca. I'm not.
This song is basically I'm better than you. Sure me.
Okay, so you're putting him landing on Earth first. So are you cutting out the?
No, I didn't see this when I first saw it. I just want to see this. I just thought about this.
layout, that I think about it very similarly too. Like I'll think about it as like discrete.
When I was thinking about that, I was thinking about E.T.
Yeah. But I'm talking about the way you're like, instead of like trying to put them on a page immediately, you're thinking about what shot you want and what order you want them in. Because like once you've decided on how you want to like show each panel, you can always find a way to put them on the page. Sometimes it's harder to draw, like you're dealing with a page and you're trying to cram everything in. So I like the way you're thinking.
You live in
You want me to talk through this? I'm not gonna.
She probably also has examples. But you remember how we talked about drawing and start with a circle as like the cranium and then you draw.
Yeah, I was confused on what section.
For the, well, it's going to be like
Hang on.
half.
Okay, see, so you've got there. So what I do is I draw a lamp from the top of the cranium, and then I draw a lamp from the bottom, and that's going to tell you roughly how you need to make it. And then I usually draw, like, I think of it sort of like a shovel, basically, even though it's not, or like a mask. And so this is where the eyes are going to go. Bring them over, that's where your nose is going to go. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can do that. Just draw this except for the wrong way. And then erase what you don't need. Yeah. And just bring the lines over.
Me too. I got to do it.
Does that make sense? Okay.
But I drew the head.
But it only looks weird because you just reversed it, and sometimes our brains have, like my brain has trouble with that sometimes when I flip things like that.
Oh.
So before you guys put too much effort into like your layouts on the sketchbook paper, you can do your thumbnails on the thumbnail templates I passed out, or if you feel comfortable just drawing it straight onto the larger rough templates, that's okay too. I want to find ways that work for you guys. What I do, like I said, is so I do, for this comic, I did my beats, which you guys just did, figured out my panels, which a lot of you are doing right now. I drew my thumbnail with everything put together on this template thing. Then I designed my characters, and then I tightened everything up on here with the roughs. And I have rulers for you guys, and if you guys have questions or if I'm not explaining something or you need me to go into something in detail, please tell me. computers or to any of the computers with supervision? Or,
Oh yeah, I mean,
so something else we could do is after they draw their thumbnail, we can. Do y'all have a scanner?
I can go get one.
We can scan it. Do you guys have Photoshop?
They do in the studio.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we'd be able to check out their laptops, or that'd be the only way.
You know what? Could we do that for next time? Okay, because like what I was thinking I could have them do is we can blow up their roughs. I'll bring Bristol for them and inking supplies, and I'll show them how to ink next time using the blue lines. That way they're not like having to redraw everything, which would take forever. Those are looking pretty cool. Are you into costume design? You tried drawing what?
Sometimes I don't like that.
You know, I have trouble with that too, which is why I like to use those blue pencils first. Because then I can be like as sketchy as I want, and then when I go over it with the pencil, it's like really tight and clean. I can choose which lines I'm going to use as my final lines. Like those black and white books don't do a very good job showing it, so I'll show you an example.
I mean, I get why you need black and white.
Oh, because it's cheap. That's why.
No, but like if you did the blue, like it show a little bit more description. But sometimes like this picture, like you see how it's color is kind of black on the inside, it's kind of a shadow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I drew those in black color pencils, so like there's lots of like sketchiness. So you can like that's why I was showing you these like seeing none of my lines. Sometimes I draw lines like twice trying
You
to.
did this in pen though.
Yeah, but like you gotta think about how many of those I've had to do that look just awful. A lot. I did like 10 years worth of terrible drawings to be able to do those. Yeah.
You might come look at this.
Oh, please do. I'm pretty sure it's kosher. Hmm? Yeah. Usually I have more blue lines in my sketchbook, but
You're really good.
but
You know, you can get a lot of practice when we're talking about gesture drawings.
yeah.
If you give yourself like drawing animals is really good because
It's
they
really
move so
hard,
much.
yeah.
You know? So if you try to get your subject done in just a few lines and the amount of time that it takes before they move, you'll get a lot more natural at just kind of copying those gestures.
And the thing about that too is you have to do so many that just look terrible that you wouldn't show to anybody.
But it's not for anyone else, you know.
Yeah, it's for you. It's to get to that point.
I like this one.
Oh, thanks.
It looks like that. She just printed it off right look.
Yeah, but that's what I want to show you guys how to do.
Man, what type of pens you use?
She's got it.
Yeah, I brought them.
She is some professional.
Yeah. She is professional. That's why she's here showing this stuff.
So what I like to use, I don't use technical pens anymore because they're like microns, but I use like these pens that have a little bit of a brush to them, so you can get some flexible lines in there. And then for like filling in more stuff, I have one that has like individual bristles. Yeah, it is. But see, I am not very good at controlling this one because like, yeah, but when I draw, I'm like really heavy-handed, so I always put down too much pressure. So I have to use pens that don't put down a lot of ink to compensate for that. See, like, part of becoming an artist is like figuring out what works for you or what doesn't work for you, and don't worry too much about the stuff that doesn't work for you. Just like really working the stuff that gives you the results you want.
Like there's something like all this stuff.
What?
Like if I see something that looks like, usually I'll put it away and stuff. I'll ball it up.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't ball it up.
Stop doing that.
Even the ones that don't work for you, you can learn from that.
Yeah, stop doing that. Pictures like, they say, go wipe off that picture.
Does the library have access to like a bus or something?
There's a bus going real quick.
No, what I mean by that is
Oh, like the library bus.
right, for like maybe like a zoo trip or something. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That would be cool.
It would.
I wanted to do it.
I used to take, see, I ain't done no portrait like this since like 5th grade. And like, I used to do portraits like really good.
What made you stop?
We did portraits last week, right?
Oh, like Facebook. Who's that word? That's all. Oh,
I missed it.
like, cause I used to be like really good. Like, I wouldn't have the eyes too close to my nose too big. That's my thing.
Me and Frank can show you how to do that though.
Yeah, it's all about just breaking it down.
That's right.
Simple shapes
That's
and
right.
then just getting them in the right proportions. Measurements. Yeah, like the only reason we're good is because we've done it enough that we don't have to spend as much time measuring things out. And if you did it every day, you get a lot more used to kind of putting those lines in the right place.
Like I can't honestly, I'm at the point where I can't draw at all without those lines. Like the drawings I do without them look terrible.
Yeah, like, it was proportional,
Right,
straight.
right.
Like this.
Oh, thanks. I did that this morning. I was looking at a male dancer, like a ballerina.
I can't do distance.
Yeah? What do you mean by distance?
Like,
No, I'm succeeding, you know. What I can do.
I'm 10, like serious right now.
I like how you pulled away. Like he's so loud, you can hear him from outer space.
like I can't do something that's like a little like a stage trick. I was shooting walking away.
Oh, perspective.
Yes.
I can show you guys how to do that.
I've seen it on TV.
You talking about like picture the handle big, like the
Oh, foreshortening? That is hard. What helps with that is honestly getting like a friend to take a photo of you doing that pose and then drawing up.
I learned that.
That's what me and my dad
So I just basically.
Oh, your dad draws with you? That's awesome. My dad used to draw with me
But
too.
I illustrated like those like old school military manuals that are
Yes,
just
I
really.
love you again. Why you stop? Because you're getting to be better than him? Is that it?
Yeah, it might be that in the inside, but I mean,
Not
like
that
he's
way.
look
man.
like that.
He didn't. Well, he started off tracing, and then he just started drawing like without it. Basically, I don't know. He hasn't drawn anything in a while. Like I would sometimes go for tips.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like I was like, crack a circle on apples, and he was just drawing.
You guys need to do that again. That's like, I miss, my dad's gone, he passed away, and I really miss being able to draw with him. And I hadn't done it for like 20 years, but if he was still around, I would definitely be like, let's go to the park and draw some trees, Dad. Like, 'cause part of that is like the drawing, but part of it is also like the hanging out and bonding and doing this thing that's really cool together. I really like what you did. I think you're ready to start. The thing we can't do is like,
Trying to look at something?
yeah,
You see-
like you
you
could
see the
show
walk
people
over.
and stuff, but like with this, like I don't know what to put in the background. Okay, like for your Martian, what kind of, I mean, I know what Mars looks like, but we don't have to do that if you don't want to. What kind of Mars do you see your Martians living on? Yeah. Like maybe like a Greek planet. The way you worded the background that works really well, you can also do it at their eye line, but at their terminal slopes. And maybe even like, it depends on like if you want other creatures on your Mars, you could draw like a cactus or some weird things or something, and that'll help sell how alien it looks. But I think handling it like that works really well. And then for this, you can go ahead, because like what this is the horizon line, right? That's like where your eye no longer sees the background. You can do the same thing here. And you can these buildings exactly. But like, I wouldn't do it on your thumbnail because like, you know what you want. Like, I would start putting that time in on here, and if you need like help or whatever, just call me over.
I wish you had a book on just proportion. That's all I'm starting.
Yeah, we have it.
Where?
I'll show you later.
Oh, show me. I need a book. I just need right here. Not the six.
Yeah, Scott, that's like,
I can't.
what's that? Superhero
It's like blank, and it's kind of
another,
intimidating.
and put your
So
other
what I do
books
is
in the library.
I figure out like where
I'll look you up some
the
stuff.
paper borders are going to be, and that's going to help make it not so like white and blank and empty. And they're good. You don't. I mean, you can follow the guiding lines, and that helps a lot. But if you run out of room, you can always bring them up there. Because you've got 3, 4. So you want to break this up into 4 sections first, 4 horizontal sections. That's how I would do it, and then break those sections up into individual panels.
What do you want us to put on this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it looks like you already did like all your thinking about it, so like you might as well just put it on the paper. What you need.
But this is the same as.
Yeah. All I did is I blew this up to 6 by 9, which is like standard. Like it's so this would blow up to an 11 by 17 if you were working by like U.S. comic standards. For me, the watercolor paper I work on, they're like 11 by 14, so it's not quite.
Oh, so you put all your frames.
Yeah, I can show you. Like that's the one I did for this thing, and then these are just like my normal. Like I really do this, like this is how I do comics. And like I know some people, like a lot of webcomic artists, they just like ink on top of this, delete that, and then go to color. But I actually don't know anybody in Nashville who's a webcomic artist. Otherwise, I would have asked them if they did that. Because like I'm all about showing people different, like a variety of ways to get the same solution. Because for me, I mean, I knew when I was an undergrad and I did fine artists, they didn't use the blue pencil. They didn't even do like perspective grids, you know? They worked primarily from photos, and that wasn't working for me.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding what works for these guys.
Right, yeah, that's right. Usually do this working with films.
Yeah, but you also draw a lot of likenesses too. Like you were drawing Trump, and it looked like Trump. Like I knew it was Trump. I like this sort of vampire ears this guy going. Is it vampire or elf? Alright. Well, I mean, because you can't tell until like the eyes and stuff are drawn.
Yeah.
You know what, though, that makes sense, because that would be something you could hide.
Yeah.
I mean, and now it's clicking for me. Let's see, I had But, I mean, if you guys are enjoying this, please, and you don't finish it here, please take it home, and I will help you guys again another time, hopefully. We don't have, the thing is, we don't have to get these done today.
And we can continue to work on this next week if you want. Set like a work day sometime.
And I can just come in, like, just come in and help them, like, whenever. It's like,
for sure.
This is how I get my energy. I siphon it off, helping other people do it. Because otherwise, I'm just, like, in my studio all day, kind of sad, kind of lonely, drawing comics for, like, an audience that won't see it in a year.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, like, much more immediate. Come on, man, you gotta at least use.
Oh yeah.
You gotta use the non-photo glue. what you need? Oh yeah, of course. So there's like,
How exactly would you kind of use it?
so you would, so you see how we like broke that face down for you? What you would do is you sketch that face, like the construction of that face first in the non-color blue. And sort of just block everything. Kind of draw it to some surface so it's not working.
I was getting confused on that. Jump use and stuff.
I can definitely help you guys out with that. So like after you've got like the basic sketch going, then you can over it like okay, so you're using the blue, you're using the blue instead of like a pencil, and you're using a pencil instead of inking, except it's erasable ink is kind of like the thought behind it. Oh, that's a pen. That's the brush pen with the individual pieces.
Where'd you get these from?
I ordered them off of the internet, and I can. Yeah, those are Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should look online if you want to get some else. That's where I'm going to go. Or I got Michael's.
On that stage?
What are you talking about?
You think that's what it's different? I was wrong.
You weren't going for what?
I went to one place in South Nashville.
So really, like, you're not trying to do like all your drawing with the pencil. You're doing just your drawing with the blue. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Main drawing is the black, and then we shoot big.
What I do with the pencil, so you see how you like break down the figure? I would do that all with pencil, and then I would draw the clothes and stuff. I mean, I would do it with the blue pencil,
Oh yeah,
this
see,
part.
see how she does, like all her rougher kind of like planning.
Yeah, exactly. My
And then
finger
she
now.
goes back over it with a nice, like, clean, confident lines with the pencil.
Black. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm with that.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So do all your kind of planning with the blue, and then emphasize the lines you want to keep.
Yeah.
I really never know. But,
And see, that way, when it's finished, you don't have a bunch of like lines. Yeah, see?
Frank was trying to get us to stop doing that.
Yeah.
More calm and line.
You know what I want you doing, like, you know, this when you're making one line.
Oh, like the hatchy sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, try
But
it.
see, if you're
Because
doing
you can
it-
always go over one of your lines.
And the blue is also like, so I don't know about you, but when I'm drawing, sometimes I like run my hand over the paper, right, and it smears. The blue is less likely to smear.
Right?
So,
Black.
right, the black is gonna smear, but the blue is less likely to. So you're gonna end up with like a cleaner drawing overall. And I'm leaving the pencils and the sketchbook paper and the pencils I brought with you, so you guys can check them out whenever you're up for it.
This will be available it's more in the morning when there's not so much going on. Yeah. You should get, that'll be your time to practice drawing.
Like, when I'm at home, I'll sit for about 6 hours straight and just go by myself.
Yeah, because you like get in the zone and you get like really concentrating on what
Yeah,
you're
one time,
drawing.
I was going to sleep about 3. I ain't stopped drawing for like 10.
Yeah, I'll forget to eat sometimes.
Oh
I
yeah,
forget to eat with bad.
yeah. I did that to myself too, though, so I know where he's coming
No,
from.
something going on. It's on my phone started ringing.
Yep, and then it's like being yanked out of. It's like almost painful.
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk to people afterwards.
I'm quiet. I still be quiet.
What's up? You got it? You going good? So as long as I'm not too distracting you guys, I guess I'm gonna like start a list of the sort of stuff you guys would like to see, and maybe we can work on making that happen.
Alright, perfect. These blueprints working.
So you guys want some more figure drawing classes, right? And y'all probably would like drawing backgrounds and stuff, those kind of things.
Is skin tone already drawn?
Is what?
Skin tone, like shape like that.
I can come in and show you guys that. So I work with marker and watercolor. Is that cool? With y'all? I can teach you guys how to do it. I don't expect you to like.
Watercolor would be good to learn. We have a lot of acrylic.
Oh man,
Acrylic.
You can water it down a lot.
Oh, and use it as like a
I did
glaze.
it in acrylic. It still ain't dried yet. That like freshman year.
Acrylic dries really fast.
I think you think about oil.
Yeah, oil paints.
Oil like never.
I let it sit for like a year.
Yeah, oil takes a long time. Acrylic dries like in minutes. Yeah.
So first you go and put it on.
That's right, you got it. So let me get this straight. You guys want figure drawing, drawing backgrounds, skin tones, inking. Does character design sound like something you guys would be interested
You
in?
mean like clothes and stuff?
Clothes and stuff, yeah. That's right. That's what I want to hear.
No, because we did a project, we had to create a story. And I was so hot with the project, and I was like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
No, she's like, she still gave me an A for you.
Yeah, right. Because you got into it. She could tell you cared.
She's had like the thickest part. And then she said she liked how I had a flashback, like 90 minutes. See if I can get enough food.
You should. You should do a comic with it. Or did you finish it?
Yeah.
Awesome,
finished it.
yeah.
Yeah, I already started on a comic book. It's good stories now. I just stopped one.
Pick it back up.
My dad was like,
If you guys had a week, if you guys made like a weekly comic club where you all worked on your stuff together, would that help you guys get more stuff done?
that'd be dope.
That'd be dope, yeah.
It's really sad. Today's my last day.
What, you're moving or what?
No, I was interning here,
Oh.
and now it's really far away from where I'm at, so I can't.
You can start this at the library though. Come on, now you can say you have experience doing it. And you can always send me an email and I'll come out and help you. So you won't be by yourself. I'm serious. If you like doing this, if you want to do more of it. Plus there's so many people on the internet who are making comics and talking to each other. Like, do you use Twitter? Okay, well on Twitter there's a bunch of comic artists who are posting their work and talking to each other and getting feedback. Like, there's a lot of people who live far away from each other, but they still come and work together on projects.
Definitely.
It's really nice.
Are you gonna try to come in to the library in the mornings to start? See, you know what? If you do it, other people are gonna see you doing it, and they're gonna come in and do it too. So you'll be starting a group. But the thing is, if they ask you questions about it, you gotta answer. Like, no matter how they ask you
I'm not
questions.
good at answering questions.
Well, you could say like, "Hang on, man, give me a minute." You know what I mean? And sort of like buy yourself time while you think about it. How far of a drive is it for you when you come in? That's bad. Where are you in, like, Panhandle? Where? Oh, near there? Do you think if I let you know ahead of time, you can come in on the day when we're, like, inking and printing out comic pages so you can finish your comic? If I let you know ahead of time?
It would depend on how far ahead.
I got you. Yeah, I understand. I'll let you know as soon as I know.
I'm 16.
What?
He's
What?
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 always like, everyone always said that. Yeah.
No. She said she was an intern. I was like, she's going to high school.
That's because you carry yourself like an adult.
Yeah.
That's something to be proud of.
Yeah, she was like college graduate. Oh,
Oh, that's because you're very.
interesting.
It's also because you have like the lanyard on, so I thought you were like library staff.
They gave me, yeah, for
What's up? You ready? You good? You got it? Okay, you don't need anything? Alright. Hey, Frank, what kind of other stuff would they have access to? Like, do they have like drawing tablets and stuff?
I believe so. Yeah.
We can
They don't have that. They don't have this in. Like, I don't think they have five. Like,
Right. You have to take turns, right?
but yeah, they do have that kind of stuff. One computer in there. We could go look over there and see what all they have exactly.
It seems like you guys have a lot of good stuff for them.
Chris would know for sure. He's like,
Is he the guy who's been coming back and forth?
no, it's Zach. Chris does more like graphic design stuff, and he would know all about what computers and Photoshop and stuff.
Do they do the do they do graphic design stuff with them?
Kind of.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's convincing people that it's so cool.
He definitely can. He does a lot with the vinyl cutter.
Oh, what?
He does a lot of stuff with that.
You guys have some cool toys.
I've done several workshops with him. Pretty cool stuff.
Does he do stuff for adults too?
Occasionally they'll do.
I want to learn how to use the vinyl cutter. I want to make
I
vinyl
can
like
teach you how
plates
to
and
use the
stuff.
vinyl cutter sometimes. It's not.
I mean, you guys have these like gorgeous big glass windows. So if you got a hold of some clear colored vinyl, you could do like fake stained glass stuff.
I guess some
But wouldn't it be cool to do that? And then you'd have like this really cool thing to look at too. And it wouldn't damage the windows.
How do you draw crossed arms?
You want me to pose for you?
Yeah.
What kind of
Like
pose?
it's-
Like she's holding him?
No, it's
Or like this?
the belly thing.
That's hard.
Think of like,
It's like in out.
think of like two teardrops, kind of. Like one is a
Or like a figure 8.
yeah, like kind of like a figure 8, except move the pieces. Yeah.
So they're overlapping a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like I think like you have like a basic, like a big long teardrop, and then like a small.
Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Like this.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. That I think that shape
And-
is easy to keep.
And then, I mean, you can draw, so like, say these are the arms up here. You can draw like one of the hands over here and one of the hands over here. If you want to get like,
I mean, because
the dad, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
really
I think if you do it like that though, it'll still work for it. And you can draw them like, or you can have him with his hands on his hips. But I like the arms crossed better for that gesture too. Because that's more like, parent. They go, I don't think so. You can also, because he's so skinny, you can also draw it like, so that's his torso. Like just sticks because he's so skinny.
That's what you.
Yeah, I can see it's really clicking for you too now.
No, like food. I would have. And you should have just do two teardrops.
Yeah, if you want to do cross arms. But for your thumbnails, you guys can draw whatever works for you. I often just draw like stick figures just to sort of, you know, show the character's action. Because at the small stage, that's what's more important anyway. Whoa, I was about to erase the board with my phone. I'm gonna leave the arms up though, okay?
She said.
So like the whole point of that like little thumbnail drawing is it's basically just a roadmap for where you're gonna take your comic. So what is important is that you understand what you've drawn. It doesn't really matter if other people understand. So let's say this is my page. So I want to include my panels.
Can you show me some point of view real quick?
Yeah, what kind of point of view? Like whose point of view?
Like first person. No, third person.
So sort of like looking down
No, look back.
and straight.
Like
Am
me
I-
looking at you.
Second person. If you're talking about you, it's just what are you?
So
Whose point of view though?
like
You said
him
point of
looking
view.
at me,
Whose
right?
point of view?
Like you looking at me, right? So when I'm drawing that in a comic, what you actually want to do, especially for a short one like this, is you want to include the person who's looking, and the way you do that is you can pretty much just draw like a silhouette
That's what I'm trying
And then
to
you
figure
draw
out.
the person,
Yeah, like,
looking
I
at?
can never figure out. Yeah.
and that tells the audience that this person is looking at that person.
Yeah, learn how to draw the back of someone's head.
So basically, you blacking someone out.
Yeah, you
change
can.
the point of view.
Yeah, you can. Especially for short comics like this. Like, the quicker you can get your message across, the better, and sometimes that means you just simplify the heck out of everything.
Yeah, because I was kind of been seeing a lot of movies, and when somebody's talking with someone else, like they'll blur their face up. When they're
Yeah,
talking.
yeah, because they like get like the side of the face and it's so close, and that's just to tell the viewer that the person who's blurred out is talking to that other person or looking at. You finished?
Kind of, sort of.
He turns it over. What's up? Why are you not finished? I like her jumping. What you can do to help sell the jump is draw some speed lines coming down on her. Yeah. Yeah. And also like a little cloud. Or you know what I mean? Like in cartoons, like old cartoons, they'll show like the dust cloud coming up. Yeah. So that way, and you also want to indicate this is the ground, right? And this is the ground. Okay, yeah, that works because when you're drawing a jump like that, you want to include the jump, the ground in the image because that tells the audience that they're jumping. I know it seems like they should know that, but
Yeah, I'll be here.
so what else is keeping you from feeling like it's finished?
Because
Man, this is a great idea.
there's a list
I like people with pencils.
Right.
Yeah, lines.
Okay.
This would you.
I don't want to draw necessarily. Give me a piece of your sketch paper. So you don't want just. So on this last panel with her jumping, you said you read like fantasy stuff. Do you read any manga?
kind of, just not that much.
That's okay. So you know how they do like those tone backgrounds? So like you could just draw like hearts coming off of her. You know, she's so happy is one way you can handle it, and that would put all the focus on her expression of happiness. You could also draw her jumping and maybe like her alien buddy in the background. He doesn't have any arms. So what we could do is maybe he's making like a heart with his antenna. Or you can draw her jumping. And people, that's like the street. But then we have like the horizon line back there, and we can have like a crowd of people watching while our alien friend is sort of there in like the middle of the background. And that one. What you can do also is you can pull in really close to the little girl. And then have Dad some cars maybe in the background. And some people. Or some trees. Not like obviously, because this isn't Tokyo. Papa, I love him. He's given a little sweet eye. So I like how you put him in the foreground for sure. Is he giving the audience the sweet, like the "I'm so cute, aren't I a stinker"? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to sketch it up really quickly.
Are you gonna get one?
So like what you can do in this panel is maybe have the little girl and her dad breaking away from the crowd. I don't know, did that help any? You also, something that helps me is like, you've gotten most of the work done. So what you could do is step away from it for a few hours and then look at it again after dinner and see if you've got any new ideas. Because sometimes like taking yourself away from it helps you think about new things. Like I'll be like really stumped on like something I'm trying to draw, so I'll go take a bath and then I'll get the idea for how I want to handle it in the tub because I'm not like trying to force myself to figure it out. My brain can just do what it needs to do. So, because like you did a really good job getting it finished. I'm actually really proud of you because you got it all on paper. I'm impressed because it took me forever. But you can always change it, you know? You don't have to be sold to it right now. Yeah, what's up?
I'm just trying to figure out how to touch on the lips.
The lips? It looks like you got them pretty good right there. What was wrong with them?
I don't know, I just think about I kind of want them to be symmetrical, but I know that's not always realistic. I don't like the upper lip broken out more than the bottom lip. I don't like the bottom lip broken out more than the upper lip.
Okay, alright. See, I'm guilty of the upper lip is above, usually sticking out over the bottom lip, because I usually draw girls, so. Well, what you can do, you can draw like a line straight down, and then, so that way they're the same size, because you basically just like both drawn them to meet at that line. I'm sorry. That's how I would do it. I don't know if that solves the problem for you.
I'll figure it out.
That's right, you will. Hey, what's up? What? No, you can't give up. That's not. Look, where are you stuck? What's going on?
I don't know. Like, I met the Martian. I don't know where else it's going.
Okay, so how would you, for real though, if you met this like goofy, bouncy, marshmallowy Martian, what would you do? Really, what would you do?
I would tell my mom.
Well, then draw that.
Yeah. There's no like right. The right idea.
That's right.
There's no sort of modeling.
How to do to get people to look at like how to draw motion, like speed lines and stuff. Hold on. So what kind of motion?
Provide
I was gonna draw somebody yelling, right? I want to. Yeah.
Oh, you could draw a bunch of lines coming
Oh
from
yeah,
your face.
yeah. That's like a thing in comics. They call it emanata, which is like it comes from the word emanates, which means like coming from. But like there's like a whole bunch of them, right? So we've got.
It's like all over the place in manga.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you've
like they
got-
had this little
Like Dragon
tension.
Ball Z.
You know, they
Yeah.
had this tension.
I know, like a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, man. I know it is, man. It's on his forehead.
I love that so much. I always see it.
So
Yeah.
got, like
Yes.
yellow lines.
Yes.
What you can also do, what I do a lot is I'll draw like a little exclamation point. Have any of you guys played Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
I like that.
They
Like
always doing that. It's Super Mario, the old.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No sense.
So something else I do, and this is just like, have any of you guys seen any Studio? Do y'all have Studio Ghibli movies? Like Spirited Away or Nonstop? I like to draw people's hair like poofing out when they're yelling. Because it sort of like pushes the motion more. Do you guys in the live? Do you ever do showings for them? That kind of stuff here. Like Tuesday night, we're gonna watch Princess Mononoke together.
Oh no. Maybe sometimes not stuff this year though.
It
It's
would-
been talked about.
It would be really cool to do that and have everybody kind of like talk about what they like and what's working for them.
Yeah, I think we might be doing something like that more next season.
Yeah.
Start a program.
With like fall. Yeah,
Yeah, but
that sounds like fun.
watching movies and talking about that.
So that was what I thought might work in that panel, and you might feel differently, is having the girl and her dad, so like they're part of like this crowd of onlookers, but she breaks away from the crowd. Oh, that's just like garbagey shorthand for like the crowd of people. It's basically like their shoulders, like that, and then. So it's like a house with a ball on it, but it kind of reads like a person in silhouette.
Man, your idea was pretty fresh about the blue.
It's changed your life.
Man, I was like, okay.
I can't take credit for that though. Other many, someone taught me that.
I don't care. It was
You
a
can
bad
do it at
idea.
home, but I promise you're gonna do it at home.
Yeah, I promise.
Can't like,
Cause I got time anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I know you got time because you don't work in school. Like, you got a whole month.
Yeah, but I gotta do a lot of stuff.
AP.
Oh no, another generation gets stuck with AP reading.
So much summer work.
I know it's fun, right? Any book you might enjoy, they're gonna kill it for you with the questions.
Yes, some questions. I mean, war history, politics.
No, exactly like I feel
Still read books.
Booger.
Some year. I'm telling you, man, high school went by about fast.
I'm ready for that to happen.
I remember when I was just a freshman, I was like, dang.
I know, right?
I
4
don't want
years.
responsibilities,
Yes.
but I don't like living in my mom's house.
You don't want to move out there. Don't do it.
I want to move out, but then I don't know what the
Take it from
responsibilities
now
That's
on,
right.
man. You don't want to
come
do
with
it.
it.
You
Like,
don't want to do it, man.
you coming from experience?
Enjoy it while you got it. I'm serious. Because like,
Tell them
like
about
it.
what, bro, because you got to work your
You
butt
gotta
off.
work.
Responsibility is
Yes,
not as bad as
responsibility.
lack of freedom.
well,
Yeah, but you
but you're still young.
Yeah, I mean enjoy.
Like
enjoy it.
don't cheat yourself out of it. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing like coming home to a fridge that somebody else put food in.
Yes.
Don't take it for
Come
granted.
home, take a good shower.
That's right.
On your PlayStation, don't got
That's
worry about no
right.
bills. Bruh.
But also don't dread growing up.
No.
It's really cool to have
Yeah,
a
but
car
if
and
you
be able to go
enjoy
wherever
being
you
young while you're young, then you're ready to grow up when that time comes.
For sure.
Instead of feeling, unfortunately, like AP work, they have you so busy you don't really get to enjoy the summer.
Exactly, like,
School starts 9/12.
But you guys gotta take it seriously, because school is your way to like whatever life you, that's right, whatever life you want.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do this at home.
Alright, you promise?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna,
Come work on it.
Yeah, that's sketchbooks.
Yeah, I had this.
that's right, Unleashed is here for you guys to work with.
No. Yeah. Let's
Take
direct
a few.
Those are newsprint though. That stuff is just like, that's sketchbook paper. In
Yeah, 'cause then the paper get all hairy. Like some erasers,
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
get really hairy. I
yeah.
hate it.
That will wreck your erasers.
Yes.
That's okay for like color pencils or like these things called China markers.
Yeah, but pencils and erasers, man, them
I like
I like them.
I like chameleon markers.
Oh yeah, you've been working with those?
No, I just saw a video and I was like, oh, it's just.
Oh, I want them so bad. I'll bring in some markers sometime and we'll do like a marker thing one
I don't
day.
understand how they work though.
I can explain all that to you.
So, okay, what I need to remember is silhouette. That's what I need to remember, silhouette.
That's right.
Like,
Because if I do that, like, what's the people?
What you need to be doing, don't worry about it. What you need to be doing is looking up shots in comics and manga that you like and thinking about why you like them and why they work. And then start putting them in your work. That's what everybody does. It's not cheating.
so how do chameleon markers work? It's like.
So they're alcohol based,
Yeah.
and that means. All right, so the alcohol chameleon markers have two parts, right? And most alcohol markers don't have those two parts. They have the part with the color, and then they have the part with the blending stuff, which is what the alcohol is the blending stuff. So like the dye, the little particles of dye, those are suspended in the alcohol. And when you put more alcohol on top, it reactivates the prior layers of color you put down, which is why they blend so well. Chameleon markers are kind of unusual for those kind of markers because most markers you've got like go ahead and look at it like 3 blues, right? And you can blend all those blues together. The way chameleon works is they're kind of watering down the color in order to make additional like other tones of color. So they take a lot of getting used to.
On that list, put emotions.
Emotions.
Yeah, I think I'll be back though.
Just guys.
Like when do you come in?
That's we gotta talk about that.
DVD.
It was nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you too, man. Finish that comic because I am coming back to help you guys print them out and get them inked so we can put together like a little book.
Okay.
So you finish it, promise.
Promise.
All right, I'm gonna hold you to. I will be like, I'll be like, what's your name?
Nebu.
Nebu. I'm gonna be like, Nebu. Come on, man. We talked about this. Promise me. You gotta be a man of your word.
Okay.
I believe in you. You got this. I saw what you could do. I know you can do
In
it.
order for me to do and be a man of my word, that's all.
All right. Is that cool? You cool with him borrowing a pencil? I just want to make sure because I was like, yeah, take it. And I was like, wait, you can take some of mine, but.
It's a library. You can take it.
Well, that sounds
You checking it out.
unusual.
Checking it out on the library cards. Gotta take it to the front desk.
Yeah. Is that a barcode on it?
What's the return date on that?
It doesn't have a barcode. That means that the alarm won't go off when you leave.
Don't be telling them that. Because I didn't know.
Trying to encourage them to use their brains.
What's up? Oh wow. What?
Good. If it doesn't have a car.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, you learned too much. How's it coming? So what's your mama saying?
Screw that.
I know, but it's
She's
just
not
like,
here yet. Okay,
I
alright, so
don't
you're
want to
calling
know
for
that
your
your
mom.
mom.
Yeah.
Is she gonna come running?
Why?
If you call, Mom!
What else?
How would
What would you
mom-
like to take from
What do
here?
you want?
nothing.
What's that?
From like stores?
Is she gonna
Yeah, everything
call you a
probably has a
liar?
barcode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now she'll
Okay, how would she react when she saw it?
I don't know.
You don't know? You know, you can take it home with you. You can ask. Don't give it away. Be like, Mom, what if there was like a Martian in our living room? Like, what would you do?
Yeah, You just
Hi. Are you here for comments? Or you just kind of scoping it out? Gotcha. Okay. Do you read comics? What do you like? I gotcha. Alright. Do you draw any of your own? Oh, so you're already set.
I was gonna bring some of my stuff today to myself.
Next time. Do it next week.
Oh man, yeah. You should start doing this project. What's your name again? Antonio. Cool. Yeah.
Alright, so you owe me a comic page, and you gotta bring in comic pages next time. I wanna see your stuff. What do you need to?
I want to ask about like it's just like one page, second page.
Where you take one of these,
How do we go?
and then you measure it out. It's got a lot of lines on there that you can use to make sure your lines are straight across. And then plan out kind of where you want to go practice while you're doing it. Think about it. And do a weird. She already seen her finished one. Do all your planning out with the wood.
Okay. Oh, I have it.
You got it? Alright. You want some spares? That way you don't have to like spend forever erasing. You can just like move on. Have you thought about what she would say, or are you gonna go home and ask her? Alright. You gotta finish it by next time I come back.
When are you coming back?
When am I coming back?
See, this has a barcode, but will it go on sometime?
No, that's just the price. That's just the price barcode. Are you borrowing one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try to bring it back.
Please do.
If it hasn't been.
Alright. If you use it to death, that's fine.
Okay.
I would
Just make
rather
sure you use it. Yeah.
because I can always get more of them.
Alright, thank you.
No problem. I'll see you next time. If y'all are ready, that's fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're gonna talk about when the next one is, and he'll let you guys know. And did you get one of these things?
Oh, no.
Let me grab you a fresh one. It's somewhere. I'll just take that one. No, he's coming back. It gets the. I had some more of them. And, oh sorry, this has my email, so if you have any questions, or you want some help, or you just want to show me your page, like take a photo with your phone, do it, just remind me that we met at the library. Thank you. No problem. Thank you for coming, and thank you for drawing. I know it's like, when you're like, drawing in a group like that, it can be kind of embarrassing.
I get so stressful when I'm drawing, like I get stuck, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, no, this is terrible.
It's not terrible. No, we gotta work on this together. Because you do a good job and you put forth real work there and you're gonna finish that page. That's what's important. And how old are you? You're so young. You've got all these years ahead of you to worry about whether or not people like it. Don't worry, don't care if people like it. I'll bring some of my comics that I did when I was your age and you'll see how terrible they were. And you'll feel like, oh, okay, I can do this. Because it doesn't have to be good right now. Just doing it is what's important. That's right. Because that's how you get good. You can't be good right out the gate. Do babies know how to walk? Exactly. So you got to put the time in. Go home and draw. Or stay here and draw. Just draw. Do you need any supplies?
No, I'm gonna buy some of this.
I gotcha. I know how we go. Yeah, they disappear, they get broken, they chew on. You're like, what?
Oh, the dog.
1600 is the hardest way.
You need to put the dog in my comic.
Too much.
I think about that.
Like 1600 is like
He eats
the
everything.
first lap. You're trying to keep
Well, maybe you should try to eat your
second lap. You
friend.
keep up with everyone. Third lap. Everyone's
I'm
crazy.
leaving a lot of
They're
these
like
supplies here
sprinting.
with Frank,
Fourth
so
is
you
just like
guys can
whatever you
take
have
them,
left.
borrow them whenever
No.
you want. So there will always be stuff for you guys here working on getting some more supplies.
What's your best time?
If you can't get it done at home, if you can't, your parents will bring you, or if you can get you, come here and work.
Oh, dude, I got 4:45 was my
You
due.
got this. And we're gonna do all these other classes.
I look forward to that.
I do too. So we can practice together. And me showing you guys this stuff helps me out too. It's like it makes me think about things, you know, that I've just like started taking for granted. It's important for those things to still be like fresh. Got this. Okay. You can't throw it away. You can't throw it away.
Because really tall people be the
Do you know what we're doing with these?
They have a long way.
So we're gonna scan these, and I'm gonna print them out on big pieces of paper because it's easy to draw details bigger than small. Like where you kind of like struggling to get everything in. It's gonna be a lot easier when it's bigger. So this is just sort of like the underdrawing for what we're gonna be doing later. Think about it. Promise me you're not going to throw it away. Even if you don't use it, promise me you won't throw it away.
Yeah, don't throw it away. You'll think it's really cool in like 10 years.
It's true.
Hey, look what I made.
I did this.
Yeah.
Here, I'll send you with some more too. You got some. Okay, all right, you got some. Then if you don't like it, do another one. And it doesn't have to be about Martians. I just wanted like to have like something that everybody's working on, you know? And that way I know how to help people. Just don't throw it away. Promise. If you're gonna throw it away, you gotta leave it here.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What's your name? Here. What is your name, by the way? I'm McLean. Sign your name, and that way we know who to give it back to. When you change your mind and you're like, I worked really hard on that. You did work really hard on that. Yeah, you did. And you did really well. You worked well under pressure, which is something I can't do. I had to like take the coward's way out and draw it at home because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it in front of you guys. So you're already a step above me in terms of like being able to get the work done. I'm serious. All right, you have one of these? Yes. All right. And if you can't make it back to this library, I'll try to get in touch with your other library, and hopefully we can work something out.
What, Southeast?
Thank you. Thank you.
I only got 3 frames done.
Take it home.
Oh, I definitely will.
Or hang it.
I'll
You're
probably
here,
get it
so
here.
that
Yeah, I'll do
matters.
it during lunch.